Hi, I'm Sultan and this is my solution for Practical Task 2.2, the accounts class, and I'll walk through the codes and then I'll just run it. And for the first part, the accounts class, the accounts CS has two parts. The first one is balance, which is a decimal, and the second one is name, which is a string. And they are private, so no one outside the class can change them directly. And that's how the object projects its own state. And for the constructor, it runs when a new account is created and sets the starting name and balance. I've added validation here. If the name is empty or just spaces, it prints an error and uses unknown instead. And if the opening balance is negative, it prints an error and it starts the account to zero. So an account can never be created in an invalid state. And for the name property, it only has get. So the name can be read from outside but not changed, and the task sheet asks for it as a property but not as a method. For the next part, it's deposit. Before it does anything, it checks the amount of greater than 0. If 1 passes a negative number, it prints an error and returns immediately. So the balance is never touched. Without this check, deposit minus 20 would actually take money out instead of like keeping it in a normal like zero balance. And the next one is withdraw. Withdraw is the same idea with an extra check. For the first, it rejects amounts of 0 or less, and then it checks the amount which isn't more than the correct balance. So if the balance is 10 and sometimes tries to withdraw 40, it just says insufficient funds or error, and the balance stays at 10. It doesn't change, or like you don't get $10 and the 30 is not available, and the account can never go negative. And for the print part, it just outputs the name and the balance formatted for the currency. And for the next one is account part. This is my test driver. The class is renamed for program to text account as the task requires. It creates an account, runs the valid operations first, and then deliberately runs the invalid ones and prints the balance after each. So you can see it didn't get changed. Now let's run the code. So for the answer, the first three blocks are normal and operations. The account starts at $100, and if I deposit $50, it goes to 150. And if I withdraw $30, it goes to 120. But if I try to deposit negative $20, this is not a greater amount greater than 0, so it doesn't do that. And if I try to deposit 0, it's not greater. It still says greater than not greater than 0, so same. For example, if I also want to withdraw negative, it doesn't do that, and the small account just gets overdrafted. And for the next, if I wanna like withdraw $40 from a account that has less than the amount I wanna withdraw, it doesn't do that. And for the negative balance, it does. And then if I make a second account which only has $10 in it, and if I try to withdraw $40, it prints that there is insufficient fund and the balance is still 10. So the account can never go negative. And then these last two are the constructors validation, and a negative opening balance gets rejected and starts at 0, and an empty name gets rejected and becomes unknown. So the objective can be like it can be created in a broken state. The read-only name property, the deposit, the withdraw, and the print methods and the validation in the constructor are both methods, and they change the balance. So thank you for watching, and that's all.